Our last example, we need to consider the function f of x equals negative absolute value of x plus 1 plus 2 on the outside. Part A wants to know what is the key graph. So our key graphs are back in lesson 5. Which of those key graphs are this? Well, because it's got the absolute value here, our key graph is f of x equals the absolute value of x. So describe what the transformations were from this key graph to what my function is now. So the first thing that has happened is now I have a negative outside. And when I have a negative outside of that function, I can tell it's outside because it's outside of those bars. When it is outside, that means it's been reflected across the x-axis. Reflected across the x-axis. Number 2, what does that plus do right there? That plus 1. A plus on the inside of my function means it goes to the left. So this has gone left 1, inside opposite, and then outside same. This plus then would make it go up 2, which plus on the outside, up 2. So now we need to graph this using transformations. So we're going to start with that key graph right here. So we'll start here by graphing my absolute value function. And so my absolute value function will be right here at the origin, and it's going to go diagonally perfectly by 1 unit. So this will go here from the origin through the corner of my graph. I'm going to do dashed lines, since this isn't my final answer here. Okay, so that is the start of my graph at the absolute value of x. Next thing I want to do is do any type of reflection. And so now that it's been reflected across the x-axis, here's my x-axis. It needs to start here and then flip down here. So now it's going to go from the origin through this bottom corner. And I'm kind of putting what we did here. This is what we did now next. But probably would be even better if we started labeling these graphs. So this would be the graph of y equals the negative absolute value of x. Well, we started right here with y equals the absolute value of x. Start with the key, do any kind of reflections, and now we can do our shifts here. So this origin here needs to go left 1 and then up 2. So that right there should be the V portion. So we went left 1 and up 2. And now we're going to go diagonally. So diagonal, 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 diagonal should be exiting the graph right here. I'm going to go ahead and do a solid line for this one because this one is my final answer. And then diagonal right there. And so now that is my graph of y equals the negative absolute value of x plus 1 plus 2.